Narcissists are used to getting their way. They live for attention, admiration, and control. In most social settings, they know how to dominate the room, bend people to their will, and make themselves the center of everything. But every now and then, they meet someone who doesn't respond the way they expect. Someone who doesn't play by their rules. That someone is often a Sigma male. Sigma males are different. They don't chase approval. They don't need to be seen or heard to feel valuable. They are independent thinkers who refuse to be manipulated. This independence makes them stand out, and not in a way that pleases a narcissist. In fact, it terrifies them. Where most people crave connection and recognition, Sigma males are self-contained. They create their own sense of worth from within. They're not impressed by status, not shaken by insults, and not pulled into mind games. Narcissists find it nearly impossible to hook a Sigma male the way they hook others. In this video, we will break down 6 powerful reasons why narcissists are genuinely terrified of Sigma males. Each reason shows how the quiet strength and emotional independence of a Sigma male can dismantle the entire strategy a narcissist depends on. By the end, it will be clear why Sigma males are one of the few types of people narcissists simply can't control, and why the mere presence of a Sigma can cause deep fear and frustration in a narcissist's carefully built world. Reason number 1. Sigma males don't seek validation. Narcissists live off validation. They feed on compliments, attention, admiration, and the feeling of being important. In their world, validation is like oxygen. They need it constantly, and they will do almost anything to get it. Most people, whether they admit it or not, want some form of validation too. It feels good to be liked. It feels good to be praised. And this is where narcissists find their power. They sense this need in others and use it to pull people into their orbit. They offer attention, approval, or charm when it suits them, then take it away to create dependency. It's a cycle they control from beginning to end. But Sigma males break this cycle without even trying. They simply do not need external validation to feel secure. Their sense of worth comes from within. They know who they are, and they are comfortable with themselves. They don't look to others to tell them if they are doing well. They don't need constant reassurance to stay confident. This creates a huge problem for narcissists. When they meet a Sigma male, their usual tactics fall flat. Flattery doesn't work. Insults don't sting. Silent treatments don't create panic. The Sigma male remains steady and unaffected, which frustrates the narcissist to no end. Narcissists expect people to chase after their approval. They expect people to try harder when they are ignored or criticized. They expect people to seek their attention. But Sigma males don't chase. They don't care enough to play the game. They are willing to walk away without a second thought, and that level of indifference feels like a personal attack to a narcissist. The more the narcissist tries to bait the Sigma, the more the Sigma's calm detachment highlights the narcissist's own insecurity. Without the ability to hook someone emotionally, the narcissist loses their power. They feel exposed, weak, and irrelevant, emotions they are desperate to avoid. Sigma males are also less likely to be impressed by the usual status symbols narcissists use to gain admiration. Flashy cars, expensive clothes, big titles, none of it means much to a Sigma. They measure people by character, not by surface-level achievements. This refusal to be impressed cuts right at the heart of a narcissist's identity, which is often built entirely around appearances. Another reason Sigma males terrify narcissists is that their self-validation cannot be taken away. You can insult a Sigma male, ignore him, or try to tear him down, but it won't change his view of himself. He doesn't need you to tell him he's good enough. He already knows it. This makes Sigma males incredibly hard targets for emotional manipulation, one of the narcissist's favorite weapons. Sigma males also make it harder for narcissists to create the confusion and self-doubt they thrive on. When someone knows their own worth deeply, they are harder to gaslight. They are harder to confuse. They are harder to shake. Every attempt by the narcissist to create doubt only highlights their own weakness instead of destabilizing the sigma. In relationships, work environments, and social circles, this creates an undeniable tension. Narcissists either have to avoid sigma males entirely because they can't control them, or they have to risk exposing their own vulnerability in front of someone who sees through the act. For the narcissist, there is almost nothing more frightening than someone who does not need them, cannot be manipulated by them, and does not fear losing them. And that is exactly what a sigma male represents. Reason number 2. Sigma males set unbreakable boundaries. Narcissists hate boundaries. They see them as obstacles to their control. To them, boundaries are not just annoying, they are direct threats to their ability to manipulate and dominate others. This is why sigma males, who are known for setting and maintaining unbreakable boundaries, cause so much fear and frustration in narcissists. Boundaries are about respect. They define what is acceptable and what is not. Healthy people recognize and honor these limits. Narcissists, on the other hand, constantly push against boundaries, testing how much they can get away with. They look for weaknesses. They search for cracks. They want to know how far they can go before you push back. With most people, narcissists are often successful. Many people struggle to say no. They feel guilty setting limits. They worry about upsetting others. They second-guess themselves. This hesitation gives narcissists the space they need to take advantage. But sigma males are different. They know their worth, and they are not afraid to protect it. When a sigma sets a boundary, it is not up for debate. It is not a suggestion. It is a hard line that will not be crossed. This firmness terrifies narcissists. It leaves them with no room to maneuver. They can't guilt a sigma into giving in. They can't pressure them into changing their mind. They can't charm, flatter, or threaten their way past the boundary. The sigma simply says no, calmly, firmly, and without apology. Sigma males also understand that setting a boundary is only half the battle. The real strength comes from enforcing it. They do not set limits just to seem strong. They back them up with action. If someone disrespects their boundaries, they are willing to walk away, cut ties, or take whatever steps are necessary to protect themselves. This willingness to act makes sigma males even more terrifying to narcissists. Most manipulators count on people being too scared to follow through. They expect warnings without action. But sigma males are different. When they say they will walk away if disrespected, they mean it. Narcissists are used to people tolerating bad behavior because they are afraid of losing the relationship, the job, or the social connection. Sigma males are not afraid of loss. They are willing to walk away from anything that does not serve their self-respect. This gives them a huge advantage and leaves narcissists powerless. The presence of unbreakable boundaries also exposes the narcissist's true nature faster. With no room to manipulate, narcissists often reveal their worst traits much more quickly. Their anger, insecurity, and desperation come to the surface, and sigma males see it all clearly. They do not make excuses for bad behavior. They do not stick around hoping things will change. They recognize the signs and move on. In a world where many people struggle with setting boundaries, sigma males stand out. Their clear, firm, and unapologetic protection of their space makes them one of the few people narcissists truly fear encountering. Reason number 3. Sigma males are emotionally independent. One of the greatest weapons a narcissist uses is emotional manipulation. They know how to tap into people's insecurities, fears, and hopes to control their behavior. Narcissists are experts at creating emotional highs and lows, keeping their targets hooked through a cycle of praise, rejection, and false promises. But when they come across a sigma male, they find themselves up against something they can't break: emotional independence. Sigma males are emotionally self-sufficient. They are not easily moved by flattery, anger, guilt, or fear. Their emotions are stable because they are not tied to external approval or rejection. This inner balance makes them extremely difficult for narcissists to manipulate. Narcissists usually operate by creating emotional chaos. They shower you with attention, then suddenly withdraw it. They build you up just to tear you down. They keep you guessing about where you stand with them. All of this is meant to create a sense of emotional dependency. When you become emotionally dependent, you become easy to control. Sigma males don't fall for this pattern. They do not need constant reassurance from others to feel good about themselves. Their sense of happiness, value, and purpose comes from within. Because they are emotionally independent, they do not crumble when someone pulls away from them. They do not panic when they are criticized or ignored. They simply move forward, unaffected. This emotional steadiness drives narcissists crazy. They expect people to react. They expect emotional outbursts, desperate apologies, or angry fights. But Sigma males give them nothing. Their calmness under emotional pressure makes them unpredictable and frustrating to deal with. Another reason Sigma males' emotional independence terrifies narcissists is because it forces the narcissist to face their own emotional instability. Narcissists are often deeply insecure underneath their confident mask. Seeing someone who is truly comfortable in their own skin reminds them of everything they lack. It holds up a mirror they do not want to look into. Sigma males are also good at recognizing emotional games for what they are. Because they are not emotionally dependent, they can step back and see the manipulation tactics clearly. They recognize love bombing, gaslighting, guilt tripping, and silent treatments for what they are, strategies designed to control. Once these games are exposed, they lose their power. Emotional independence also means Sigma males do not need to engage in endless arguments or defend themselves against every attack. They are comfortable letting others misunderstand them if it means protecting their peace. This refusal to engage in emotional drama leaves narcissists feeling powerless and irrelevant. In relationships, Sigma males are not afraid of being alone. They do not stay in toxic situations just to avoid loneliness. They are willing to walk away from anything that threatens their peace of mind. Narcissists, who depend on people staying hooked and emotionally tied to them, find this deeply threatening. Sigma males' emotional independence is like a wall narcissists cannot climb. No matter how hard they try, they cannot find a way to control someone who is not seeking approval, fearing abandonment, or craving validation. This emotional strength is one of the main reasons narcissists are terrified of Sigma males. When manipulation fails, when control slips through their fingers, the narcissist is left exposed. And nothing is more frightening for someone who builds their whole identity around controlling others. Reason number 4. Sigma males see through facades. Narcissists survive by hiding their true selves. They build masks, charming, confident, successful personas that hide their deep insecurity and need for control. These facades are carefully crafted to attract admiration and manipulate others. Most people fall for these masks, at least at first. But Sigma males are different. They see through them. Sigma males are highly observant. They watch what people do more than what they say. They pay attention to the little inconsistencies, the moments when the mask slips, the subtle signs that something is off. This attention to detail makes it almost impossible for narcissists to fool them for long. Narcissists are used to getting away with their act. They charm their way into jobs, relationships, and social circles by presenting an idealized version of themselves. They know how to say the right things, act the right way, and create the right image. But Sigma males are not easily impressed by appearances. They look deeper. When a Sigma male interacts with a narcissist, he is not blinded by the charm or the surface-level success. He notices the way the narcissist treats people when they have nothing to gain. He sees the small signs of insecurity masked as arrogance. He senses the desperation behind the need for admiration. This ability to see through facades terrifies narcissists. They thrive on keeping people fooled, but Sigma males are not fooled. Worse, Sigma males do not call them out publicly. They simply stop playing the game. They pull back, detach, and refuse to be manipulated, leaving the narcissist confused and powerless. Sigma males also understand human behavior at a deeper level. They know that real confidence does not need constant validation. They know that real kindness is not transactional. They recognize when someone's actions do not match their words. This knowledge makes it very difficult for a narcissist to create the illusion they need to maintain control. Seeing through the facade also means Sigma males are less likely to stick around hoping the narcissist will change. Many people stay in toxic relationships because they believe the good side of the narcissist is real. Sigma males see the full picture. They understand that the charm is a tactic, not a true reflection of character. They know better than to trust temporary kindness over consistent behavior. This clear vision makes Sigma males one of the few people who can spot a narcissist early on and avoid getting trapped. It also means that narcissists have to work much harder to even get a Sigma male's attention, let alone their trust. And even then, the Sigma is always watching, always aware. For narcissists, being truly seen is terrifying. Their entire identity is built on maintaining an illusion. When someone sees through it, they feel exposed, vulnerable, and powerless. Sigma males' ability to recognize the truth behind the mask is a direct threat to the narcissist's sense of control and safety. In a world where many people judge by appearances, Sigma males look deeper. Their ability to see the reality behind the performance is one more reason narcissists are so deeply afraid of them. Reason number 5. Sigma males don't compete for attention. Attention is the lifeblood of a narcissist. They need to be the center of everything, the loudest voice, the most admired figure, the one everyone notices and praises. Their sense of worth depends on constant attention from others. Most people, without even realizing it, play into this need. They engage in subtle competitions for approval, validation, and recognition. They join the race for attention, whether in social settings, workplaces, or relationships. Narcissists thrive in these environments because they can manipulate the flow of attention to maintain their dominance. But Sigma males refuse to play this game. They do not compete for attention because they do not need it. They are content being in the background. They are not interested in outshining others or proving their value to a crowd. Their sense of self-worth is internal, not tied to how many people are watching them. This refusal to compete throws narcissists completely off balance. Narcissists expect everyone to want their approval. They expect to be the star everyone revolves around. When a Sigma male shows up and simply does not care, it creates confusion and fear. Sigma males' indifference to attention makes it impossible for narcissists to use typical tactics like favoritism, exclusion, or public praise to manipulate them. If you cannot control someone through attention, you lose a major weapon. Even worse for the narcissist, Sigma males sometimes naturally attract attention without even trying. Their quiet confidence, self-sufficiency, and mystery draw people in. They are often respected and admired, not because they seek it, but because they embody qualities others find rare and valuable. This unintentional influence threatens the narcissist's dominance. It creates a new center of gravity in the room, one that the narcissist cannot control. And because Sigma males do not even want the spotlight, they cannot be manipulated with offers of greater status or recognition. Sigma males are also quick to notice when attention-seeking behavior crosses the line into manipulation. They are not impressed by grandstanding, fake humility, or emotional theatrics. They stay grounded, keeping their focus on what matters, not on who is making the most noise. In relationships, workplaces, and social groups, this creates a strong contrast. While others may be pulled into the narcissist's games, the Sigma male remains steady, separate, and unaffected. This contrast highlights the narcissist's neediness and desperation, exposing the cracks in their facade for all to see. The simple fact that Sigma males do not care about competing for attention removes one of the narcissist's main sources of power. It leaves them frustrated, confused, and increasingly desperate for control they can no longer maintain. Reason number 6. Sigma males walk away without drama. For narcissists, control is everything. They rely on emotional reactions, arguments and drama to keep people tied to them. A big part of their strategy is to provoke a reaction, get people emotionally involved, and create confusion. But Sigma males break this pattern completely by doing something narcissists cannot handle. They simply walk away, without drama, without anger, and without giving the narcissist the attention they crave. When a Sigma male senses manipulation, disrespect, or emotional games, he doesn't engage in long arguments or emotional battles. He doesn't plead, fight, or try to change the narcissist. He just leaves, quietly, completely, without giving the narcissist anything to hold on to. This simple act of walking away without drama is incredibly powerful. Narcissists depend on emotional reactions to feed their ego and maintain their influence. They want their targets to fight, to beg, to cry. These reactions make them feel important and in control. But when a Sigma male offers nothing, no fight, no reaction, no emotional explosion, the narcissist is left with nothing to feed on. Sigma males know that true strength often lies in silence and distance. They understand that not every battle needs to be fought, especially with someone who thrives on chaos. Instead of getting pulled into endless cycles of drama, they choose peace by removing themselves from the situation completely. This decision to walk away sends a clear message. You have no power over me. It forces the narcissist to confront a painful truth. Their games don't work on everyone. Their charm, manipulation, and emotional baiting have no effect on someone who values their peace of mind over winning an argument or seeking revenge. Walking away without drama also protects the Sigma male's energy and emotional health. They do not waste time trying to change people who do not want to change. They do not lower themselves to the narcissist's level. They move forward, keeping their dignity intact, while the narcissist is left dealing with the silence they cannot understand or control. Another reason this approach terrifies narcissists is because it leaves them exposed. In most cases, when someone walks away without creating drama, it becomes clear who the real problem was. Friends, co-workers, and observers start to notice the narcissist's erratic behavior, desperate attempts to regain control, and emotional instability. Without the Sigma male reacting, the narcissist's true nature becomes harder to hide. Sigma males also refuse to play into the guilt and shame tactics that narcissists often use to pull people back in. They understand that guilt is just another form of control, and they do not let it affect their decisions. Once a Sigma male decides that a situation is toxic, they leave and never look back. In relationships, workplaces, and social groups, this ability to walk away cleanly and confidently makes Sigma males incredibly dangerous to narcissists. They cannot trap them emotionally. They cannot keep them hooked through arguments or emotional manipulation. The Sigma male's peace of mind is more important than any temporary emotional victory. Walking away without drama is not a sign of weakness or fear. It is a sign of strength, wisdom, and deep self-respect. It shows that the Sigma male values himself too much to be dragged into emotional battles that only serve to feed a narcissist's ego. For the narcissist, this quiet rejection is the ultimate defeat. It strips away their power, leaves them exposed, and reminds them that true strength comes from within, something they will never truly understand or possess. Throughout this video, we have seen the many reasons why narcissists are genuinely terrified of Sigma males. From emotional independence to strong boundaries, from seeing through facades to refusing to compete for attention, Sigma males possess traits that neutralize every tactic a narcissist depends on. Sigma males cannot be easily impressed, manipulated, or controlled. They do not seek validation, they do not engage in drama, and they do not need others to define their worth. This combination of traits makes them a complete mystery to narcissists who thrive on emotional weakness and confusion. Narcissists need people to react. They need people to chase after them, to validate them, and to compete for their attention. When a Sigma male steps into the picture, none of this happens. The Sigma male remains calm, detached, and focused on his own values and goals. This unshakable confidence dismantles the narcissist's sense of power. More importantly, Sigma males expose the narcissist's true nature without even trying. Simply by refusing to play the game, they reveal how desperate, unstable, and insecure the narcissist really is. This exposure is something narcissists cannot stand, and it creates deep fear and resentment. Sigma males live by a code that values authenticity, independence, and self-respect. They do not sacrifice these values for anyone, not even for the manipulative games of a narcissist. Their ability to walk away, to maintain emotional control, and to protect their peace makes them a rare and powerful force. In a world where many people are easily controlled by fear, guilt, and the need for approval, Sigma males show a different way. They prove that true strength does not come from controlling others. It comes from controlling yourself. This is why narcissists are terrified of Sigma males. Not because Sigma males attack them, not because they fight them, but because they simply refuse to be controlled, manipulated, or diminished. They choose freedom over fear, truth over lies, and peace over chaos. And in doing so, they show everyone around them that it is possible to live with strength, dignity, and authenticity, even in a world full of games.